We don't just sit in the classroom.
And we don't just solve problems.
We seek to give everyone a voice.
In a variety of approaches.
We tackle the big issues.
By understanding complex social structures.
And even understand the small ones.
We take passions to new heights.
But stay grounded.
We tell stories.
Of the past.
Of the present.
And work to predict the future.
We like to think with a little preparation. Some dirt under the fingernails.
And some self-analysis.
You can do anything.
With nearly 100-degree plans to choose from.
Where will your arts and science degree take you?
Connect, achieve, succeed.
Hi, welcome to the Daily O. I'm Miranda Stiles.
And I'm Thomas Fleming, and we are here at the end of the week, always our favorite time. What are you doing this weekend, Miranda?
I think I'm going to hide out in my room until all the cold weather goes away.
I would probably have to agree. But first, Miranda will tell us about a Walmart employee from North Carolina.
It's the news thousands of people were hoping for. A Walmart greeter in North Carolina, worried about losing his job because he has cerebral palsy, just got a new gig. Take a look at this Facebook post from the Walmart in Marion. They posted this picture of Jay Melton, saying, quote, "We are so excited to announce that Jay has accepted a position as a self-checkout host. Jay has been a part of our store for the last 17 years and is well known throughout our community. Please help us congratulate Jay on his new position. The new job comes with new responsibilities and more money. It's a big win for all the people who signed an online petition begging Walmart to keep Melton." Walmart is eliminating greeter jobs across the country. Those folks will now be called customer hosts, a job that requires heavy lifting and standing, which meant Melton couldn't apply.
Well, a wild-looking animal has been spotted in the U.S. and it's baffled the scientific community. For more on that, we send it to Jason Colicchio for today's What's Trending segment.
Thanks, guys. My name is Jason Colicchio, and here's the New York Minute with What's Trending. Okay, these photos may seem fishy to you, but rest assured they're 100% real. This mysterious massive fish recently washed up on a beach in Southern California. The bizarre creature was identified as a hoodwinker sunfish, and it's never been seen before in North America. The marine scientist who discovered the species said the only known sightings in modern history have been in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Chile. Turns out the hoodwinker actually hoodwinked scientists upon the discovery. Experts thought it was a different type of sunfish before figuring out its true identity. What they haven't figured out yet is how this traveler ended up so far away from its home. Well, from super cool images to super cold images, strong winds and freezing temperatures have encased this upstate New York home in ice, and the images are mind-blowing. Maureen Whalen shared pics of the house along the Lake Ontario waterfront. Heavy winds during a storm blew ice up against the house, swallowing it whole. It's been in her family for 85 years, and she says she's never seen it like this. Whalen says the ice outside is 4 feet deep. She was able to get in through a back door and says so far there's no water damage. Hopefully that won't change when the house thaws out. Well, that's it for me, guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jason. It seems the weather's getting wilder and wilder these days.
Next, we will hear from Mia Muhi about Oklahoma State's talent show.
For the past 4 years, the OSU Student Union Activities Board has put on a talent show. Every year, the event has a little twist. This year, it mimics the television show America's Got Talent, cleverly named OSU's Got Talent. 22 students came from all over campus to audition for a chance in the spotlight. Students displayed a variety of talents before a group of student judges, but only 16 contestants will actually take the stage. The event is open to all, and the vote is public on a Google Doc.
I'm here at the Starlight Terrace where they're holding the auditions for the OSU's Got Talent. The actual event will be held on March 6th, but Keely Sire spoke to me and let me know that there are 16 participants that they already chose from auditions. Here's what she had to say.
I'm really excited to see who the audience likes because I have my favorite, but I don't know if it'll be the one that wins.
This event will take place at 7 p.m. Central Time in the Student Union. For the Daily O, I'm Mia Muhi.
Thank you, Mia. Now we'll hear the international debrief from Zach Kluver.
This episode, I did a short interview with Lancaster professor and journalist Robert Gooch about Brexit. He's an American living in Britain, so he has a lot of expertise on the matter. I had to cut savagely to make everything fit, but thanks to Robert Gooch for the interview, and I hope you guys enjoy. What should be the biggest worry for UK residents in the event of a hard Brexit?
Well, I think what the government signals are showing us is that we don't really know how to prepare best, what the average citizen is supposed to do. Certainly when you're hearing that the government is stockpiling food, stockpiling prescription drugs, and also starting to bring in the ranks of the military to secure borders and to secure trade and movement between Europe and the United Kingdom. I was even talking last night just with neighbors. Where our kids were playing in the street, fairly educated folk, but they have no idea what to prepare for.
So, as an American living in the UK, will you be affected by a Brexit or a hard Brexit? Is there any way?
Well, I have to say that I already am being affected by it. I mean,
Right.
I'm living in a country that its government is focused on not even being able to communicate with each other well enough. Cabinets of the prime minister that continue to dissolve with people, quitting as their Brexit secretary seemingly every other week. So the government already is not functioning the way that it should to be dealing with the issues of the average everyday person.
Okay, so best case scenario, let's say a hard Brexit happens. What would the UK look like in that case? Things are just going to be marginally more expensive, something like that?
Well, certainly it's going to be more difficult for people to move back and forth, actually travel back and forth between the continent and England. That's a really basic sort of element. Residencies of people from the EU here in the United Kingdom may not be valid. There may be costs additional costs associated with moving goods back and forth. Customs stops are going to. This is one of the reasons why military numbers have been escalated at some of these custom stops, is to move goods in and out. They're going to be going through completely different border checks for issues of security, and we won't be participating under the same sort of trade negotiations in markets as the European Union.
Thank you, Zach. In national news, the measles have spread to yet another state. Illinois health officials have diagnosed a resident with the incredibly contagious disease that spread across the Northwest last month. In a statement, the state's Department of Public Health says the infected person recently took a flight to Chicago Midway International Airport on February 22nd. That means people at the airport may have been exposed to the measles. 2 days later, the passenger went to the emergency room at Northwestern Medicine Del Nor Hospital in Geneva for treatment. Officials say people who were also in the emergency room that day may have been exposed. Local and state health departments are investigating this case. They say people who are infected could develop symptoms as late as March 20th. And the scariest part of the measles, if a person with measles enters the room and another unvaccinated person enters the room 2 hours later, they have a 90% chance of becoming infected with the virus. Vaccinated individuals, on the other hand, can only get a less severe case, and their chances in the same scenario hover around 3%.
If you're looking for something to do in Stillwater this weekend, check out the 6th Annual Red Dirt Film Festival, March 1st through 3rd. The films will be shown at the Best Western Cimarron Plus Hotel and Suites. Students will get in free with their ID. On Saturday night, the Chamber Music Festival is having a free community concert at the Saratine Center at 7:30 p.m. Payne County Pride is having a Paint for Pride fundraiser on Sunday starting at 4 at Stilley Arts. Registration is $40 with half of the proceeds going toward the Payne County Pride Association. That's all for this weekend. We'll be right back with sports right after this commercial break.
my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
What is arts and sciences?
We aren't all about the arts.
We like to think of ourselves as explorers.
From exploring the human mind
to discerning the building blocks of the universe.
We don't just read books.
We don't just sit in the classroom.
And we don't just solve problems.
We seek to give everyone a voice.
In a variety of approaches.
We tackle the big issues.
By understanding complex social structures.
And even understand the small ones.
We take passions to new heights.
But stay grounded.
We tell stories.
Of the past.
Of the present.
And work to predict the future.
We like to think with a little preparation. Some dirt under the fingernails.
And some self-analysis.
You can do anything.
With nearly 100 degree plans to choose from.
Where will your arts and science degree take you?
Connect, achieve, succeed.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cameron Bloom. Oklahoma State will tip off against number 15 Kansas at 11 o'clock on Saturday in Gallagher-Iba Arena. The Cowboys fell to Kansas 84-72 earlier in the season. OSU has won 4 out of the last 5 against Kansas in Stillwater, the lone loss coming in 2017. Here are the guys from 101 to break down the game.
Tomorrow, 11 o'clock tip-off on Saturday, Oklahoma State takes on the Kansas
good?
Jayhawks, who are a game behind in the Big 12.
Right.
They need help. Their backs are against the wall. That means probably Kansas is going to come in here firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely.
But the Cowboys have beat the Jayhawks 4 out of the last 5 times in Gallagher-Iba Arena. The big upset last year on senior night.
Yep.
What do the Cowboys have to do to beat the Jayhawks tomorrow?
I think they have to play with the same kind of energy they played with against Texas Tech. They have to defend the 3-ball like they did against Texas Tech. And they're the best in the Big 12 of that. Texas Tech was 3 of 19 from the 3-point line after letting Jared Culver in that last meeting with Texas Tech go 5 for 5. He was 1 for 5 in this one. So I think if they can defend the 3-point line and just play solid defense, I think they'll be fine. I think they can find energy in the crowd, and their offense will work in GIA just because it's a home game and the crowd's going to be there. If they can stay locked in on the defensive side of the ball, I think there's a real shot they could upset Kansas this Saturday, or I guess tomorrow.
Yeah, they lost 84-72 in Fog Allen on February 9th.
That was because of a late game run. That was close for a little bit.
That's what Oklahoma State has to do. At times they've struggled this season, and even just a 2-minute run, and it'll be a 10-0. They can't score, they can't defend, and it's just the weirdest 2 minutes you've seen.
Yeah.
And it's the nail in the coffin during the game. I mean, it's a death warrant when they do that at times. That's what happened in Lawrence. They were close. They were fighting. I remember that game. I was watching it. Left the room for a couple minutes, came back, and I was like, what happened? I mean, they just go on a ridiculous run. If they can shoot the ball the way they did in Lubbock, Kansas doesn't have a chance. And I mean that legitimately. If they can shoot that way, if they can knock down 17 threes, they'll beat Kansas. There's a reason that was a school record, because that was a remarkable shooting performance. But last time, Cam McGriff, 22 points against the Jayhawks. If they can get Cam have 22, Lindy around 20, Dezongo have a hot night, it's possible. I'm saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a 3% chance against, according to ESPN, against Texas Tech. They almost pulled that off. Now they have a 17% chance. Even better. Even better. So if they can sustain that late second half run, if they can do what they need to do, play lockdown defense, one thing they can't have happen, they can't have Lindy foul out with 19 minutes. They can't have Yor foul out with 15 minutes. They have to stay out of foul trouble, and when you're playing 7 guys, that is really hard to do. But they can get points from these guys. Curtis Jones, Isaac Likely, there's points to be found. Even though there's only 7 of them, there is points to be found. There is great potential for the Cowboys to pull off an upset, and there will be a lot of fans in Manhattan, Kansas, and Lubbock, Texas, cheering on Oklahoma State at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Absolutely. And like you said, Kansas needs help. Oklahoma State, they're not in the business of giving out help to Kansas in basketball. So, you know, they're going to come with energy. Kansas, like you said, is going to be coming in super locked in. Like you said, they've struggled in the past here in Gallagher-Iba. They're going to give the Cowboys their best shot. So the crowd's got to be there. They've got to be locked in defensively. You don't just play smart defense. You don't have to play, you know, super aggressive defense. Like you said, keep out of foul trouble. That's going to be big, especially for Yor. He had trouble earlier in the season getting in foul trouble. He's kind of cleaned that up. We'll have to see if he can keep that up on Saturday.
Struggled with that down in Texas, but I mean the foul discrepancy was, or the free throws were way in Texas Tech's favor. You kind of have to look at the 3-point opportunities the Cowboys had, though. They'll change that a little bit. So I think it's going to be difficult for the Cowboys, but if they can do all the right things, if they play the way they did in Lubbock, I think they'll pull off an upset.
Thanks, guys. OSU baseball continues its homestand today with a doubleheader against Iowa. The Cowboys won the first game of the series 5-4 on a walk-off by Andrew Navigato, who scored off an error. They are currently scoreless in the bottom of the first. They will finish up the series tomorrow at 2:05 in Alley P and will host Wichita State next Tuesday. Softball is in action today as well after having its doubleheader against Seattle canceled yesterday due to the weather. They are currently taking on Syracuse, where the score is 3-0 in the bottom of the third with OSU ahead. OSU men's tennis team defeated number 47 California on Thursday at the La Jolla Beach Tennis Club. The Cowboys rallied behind Maxim Tybar in singles and doubles in its first win over a ranked opponent this season. Tybar, with Matthew Sculglia, helped claim the double points for the Cowboys before Tybar clinched the match with a win over Jack Malley. The number 32 Cowboys take on Villanova for a dual match Saturday night in San Diego. Former OSU Cowboy Jordan Brailford and Justice Hill are in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. Hill ran a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash and jumped 40 inches in the vertical earlier today. Hill and Brailford will continue the workout throughout the weekend. The Combine concludes this Monday. Switching over to the NBA, where the Thunder face off against the 76ers, playing without one of their stars in Paul George. Down by 4 in the fourth quarter, Russell Westbrook drives down the court and lays it up by himself to bring the Thunder within 2. Just a few plays later, Westbrook would do it again, this time evening the score at a 93 apiece. With 3.5 minutes left, the Sixers began to pull away from the Thunder. Tobias Harris dribbles through traffic, making the contested shot. He would finish as the game's leading scorer with 32 points and 5 rebounds, up by 5 with just a little bit left to play. Harris would continue to extend the lead by hitting a 3 to put up Philly by 8. On the next possession for the Sixers, Ben Simmons spins past Dennis Schroeder into the land and quickly dishes it up to Jimmy Butler, who finishes with the slam. The game would end 108-104, Philadelphia on top. With the win, the Sixers snap a 19-game losing streak against the Thunder. Their last win came on November 5th, 2008. Jason Witten is reportedly returning to the Dallas Cowboys after 1 year of retirement. Witten spent last season as a member of ESPN Monday Night Football crew. He will be leaving the show to play in his 16th NFL season with the Dallas Cowboys. The iconic Iditarod Trail sled dog race kicks off Saturday morning in Anchorage, Alaska. 52 mushers and their teams of dogs will be participating this year. They'll leave every few minutes, first running through Anchorage, then to the ceremonial start of the race. From Anchorage, they'll run 11 miles to Campbell Airstrip. That's where the teams will load up and get ready for the Sunday start in the town of Willow. Mushers are taking on slightly different routes this year. The change was made to avoid a jumble of ice on the river that lies on the race route. All teams will be making their way through about 1,000 miles of remote countryside to the finish line in Nome. Now we move on to the play of the day. Wichita State and UConn tied at 63 with seconds left to play. Haynes Jones takes it the length of the court, takes fadeaway jumper. It's good. As the replay shows, Haynes Jones is fading out of bounds. but hits the game winner to give the Shockers the win. That's the play of the day. That's all for sports today. We're going to take a quick break, but before we go, here's a look at the sports schedule for this weekend.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris Notch with the O'Colly. Today I'll be showing you how to register for the O'Colly Tournament Bracket Challenge. So you will go to contest.ocolly.com. Once you are there, you can either click here on the register tab or up on the top right. Once you are there, you can put your display name, email, password, first, last name, state, and phone number. This is just for contact purposes at the end of the bracket. So once you are registered, you will not have to worry about anything else at the moment until the Selection Sunday has occurred. Once you are ready, once the bracket is open, you will go up to My Picks and the bracket will appear right here and you can pick your teams. Of course, the bracket is going to open on Monday, March 18th at 2 p.m. and it will close on Tuesday at 8 p.m. on March 19th. So again, that's Tuesday, March 19th at 8 p.m. it closes. Also, if you would like, you can add a jersey. You can add any kind of graphic you would like. If you would like to do a jersey, you would just go up to the top right, click on jersey, and you can add name, stripes, whatever you so choose. When it comes to standings, you can either go on your homepage, it will tell you your points and also the leader's points, or you can go to the standings and see how everyone else ranks. So again, that is the O'Colly Tournament Bracket Challenge. We have 3 prizes to offer. First place will get $500, second place will get $300, and third place will get $200. Again, $500 for first, $300 for second, and $200 for third. So please do share this with your family and friends. And we hope you guys have a lot of fun doing this. I know a lot of the staff here at the O'Colly is excited to get on this and to see how we rank against everyone else. So please do, again, share with family and friends. Any questions, please email me at notch@okstate.edu. I will gladly answer any and all questions that you have. Thanks, guys.
Determining your future by selecting a major can be difficult.
It's okay to be undecided.
Connect with the College of Arts and Sciences, where your options are endless.
Where you can uncover your passions and achieve your goals.
Express your creativity by exploring a career in the visual and performing arts.
Investigate new discoveries to make the world a better place with a career in science.
Advance knowledge, communicate progress, and contribute to a healthier planet with a career rooted in the social sciences.
Discover your career by looking at the world from different perspectives through the humanities.
Realize a better tomorrow through problem solving and mining data that can change lives.
CAS prepares you to succeed through internships, study abroad, student-guided research projects, and service activities.
With 109 majors, 52 minors, and 24 departments, the only thing missing is you. College of Arts and Sciences.
Connect.
Achieve. Succeed.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
This spring, I invite you to shop in downtown Stillwater. Downtown Stillwater is home to locally owned shops, boutiques, eateries, and dependable professionals that you can trust. Find the perfect gift for your graduate, have a delicious meal with mom, or just stop in to enjoy great spring savings. By creating a demand for local goods and services, you can ensure a place for the local businesses that help give our community character and keep it unique. On behalf of Downtown Stillwater, thank you for shopping local.
What is arts and sciences?
We aren't all about the arts.
We like to think of ourselves as explorers.
From exploring the human mind
to discerning the building blocks of the universe.
We don't just read books.
We don't just sit in the classroom.
And we don't just solve problems.
We seek to give everyone a voice.
In a variety of approaches.
We tackle the big issues.
By understanding complex social structures.
And even understand the small ones.
We take passions to new heights.
But stay grounded.
We tell stories
of the past.
Of the present.
And work to predict the future.
We like to think with a little preparation. Some dirt under the fingernails.
And some self-analysis.
You can do anything.
With nearly 100 degree plans to choose from.
Where will your arts and science degree take you?
Connect, achieve, succeed.
It's going to be a chilly weekend. Make sure to bundle up. Here's a look at this week's forecast. Tonight there'll be a low of 29 degrees, and tomorrow the high is 38 and a low of 26. Thanks for tuning in for the Daily O. I'm Thomas Fleming.
And I'm Miranda Stiles. Goodbye and have a great weekend.
What is arts and sciences?
We aren't all about the arts.
We like to think of ourselves as explorers.
From exploring the human mind
to discerning the building blocks of the universe.
We don't just read books.
We don't just sit in the classroom.
And we don't just solve problems.
We seek to give everyone a voice.
In a variety of approaches.
We tackle the big issues.
By understanding complex social structures.
And even understand the small ones.
We take passions to new heights.
But stay grounded.
We tell stories
of the past.
Of the present.
And work to predict the future.
We like to think with a little preparation. Some dirt under the fingernails.
And some self-analysis.
You can do anything.
With nearly 100 degree plans to choose from.
Where will your arts and science degree take you?
Connect, achieve, succeed.